What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Continuing right along. Today, we are taking a look at The Almighty. This one right here, a lot of people wanted to see me drop my review for first. But Head of Horns 1, that's where we started. And it's kind of where I wanted to start. But since Zooligans have been waiting so long for me to do these reviews, I wanted to leave it up ultimately to them to decide if we were going to do it from the beginning or wherever they wanted. So turned out Head of Horns 1, but a lot of people wanted to see The Almighty. Obviously, this is their first album with Magic Ninja Entertainment. This is where a lot of people threw up the middle fingers and said, fuck you for, basically for signing to M&E. Unfortunately, a lot of people, they don't listen to music. They see the music, and they see that M&E logo, and they can't differentiate that. So, let's not jump into that. Let's go ahead and jump right in and start showing you guys the CD. As you can see there, I have it propped up on our little stand. And one little thing about this is I actually have two versions of the album. I actually ordered this one right here, if you're looking on the little screen. Come to find out, there was actually a different version of this album. It came with a slipcase. And there are some differences between the two of them. I'm going to focus primarily on the slipcase version, since that was the version that originally came out pre-order wise and everything like that through M&E. This one is basically like a reissue, if you will. I toyed around with the idea of trying to sell this copy. I toyed around with the idea of doing a giveaway for this copy. I ultimately decided it's been a goddamn long time since I've done a comparison video. So I want to do a comparison video, and it's also been a long time since I've done a customization video. So I'm actually going to keep this copy, and I'm going to customize, put the two together, and do a customization video, because it's been a minute since I've done one of those. And if you don't know about either one of those, there are playlists down below you can go check out. It's called Custom CDs. It's basically where I have like two versions of an album, and I make them one. One of my favorite ones that I did is where I took Abominations, the Monoxide, and the Madrox cover, and I actually sliced the slipcase, glued them together, and made it completely unique to any copy that anybody has. And that was like the whole point of that series. So if you are interested in seeing that, in the description down below is a bunch of links for different playlists. It's the custom CDs. You can check that out. And I don't know if I'm going to upload the comparison, the review, and the customization all at the same time or not. Haven't fully decided what I'm going to do there, but you will. If I haven't done that, if I didn't do that, then you'll see it eventually coming up real soon. So I'm going to slide myself over here just a little bit so that I can see what's filming a little bit better. I decided to do it a little different this time. I was using an app called Epocacam. Epocacam, I think is what it's fucking called. It's through Elgato. It was allowing me to use my Streamlabs OBS to use my phone essentially as a camera, but I wasn't happy with the quality. It was still fuzzy. And the iPhone 12 can shoot in 4K, and I'm like, where's this quality? I want the fucking quality. So I'm going to film these separate and edit like a motherfucker to bring pristine, clear quality for you guys. So this is going to get a little tricky. I hope it works out pretty well. But yeah, as I said, this is a slipcase, and I kind of really liked this cover better than this cover right here. I do want to show these a little bit closer together. But like I said, we will do a customization video on this so you can see all the differences. There's not a whole lot to it that's different, but it's been a minute since I've done a comparison video, so why the hell not? Obviously, you can tell right away. One of the biggest comparison differences is the cover right there. That's all I'm going to show. Otherwise, I'm not going to have the purpose to make a comparison video. So that is the front. There you have the three of them. And if you've been following along with the reviews, and you're maybe new to Alla Xul Elu, not really sure about them, there was originally only two, Joey Black and Billy Obey. Lee Carver ended up joining right before they had signed to M&E, and so they ended up with three. So we will open this up to the inside. There you have the three faces again. Pop that off right there. There you see them behind the disc. That's upside down. That's gonna drive me crazy, but we'll fix it later. So right here, it says they emerge as three, Trinity, speaking with vile, blasphemous black tongues. Their arrival ushers in a new age of darkness and cruelty. The following audio recordings are documentation of their blasphemous confessions and dark rituals. The Almighty. Really fucking cool. It kind of builds on the lore just a little bit. Like if you haven't watched the other reviews, when I believe it was in the Head of Horns review, I was talking about trying to understand their lore a little bit better. And from what I've gathered so far, they're an ancient evil that has been reborn. So that kind of builds on that lore a little bit. You got your credits down below. We will open this bad boy right up. Cool little fold out of the three of them. Very fucking gory. These guys aren't fucking playing. These guys, like, this album is just straight, like, fucking wicked shit. So we will flip it over to the back with the track list, which is Almighty.
Get around, you wayward sheep. I tried to save you. Trying to get you to heed the warning.
The Parish.
The Parish. Life's a game when the blood go run. Tried to kill myself with the duck gun. When I'm fucked up, run away and scatter.
Stained Glass.
Holy Father, I confess, yes, I got blood on my Sunday's best. Possessed by the Holy Spirit, oh God, worship.
A.X.E's family.
Say one thing when the police begin questioning. Aim for the head, it's forever the face. Hit him with a sledge, they tie better that way.
Belial.
Hard as heavy metal, y'all make it be soft. I'm running with the devil, no David Lee Roth. Run with the devil, run with the devil, I am one with the devil.
Camp Zool.
Hello, kids. Are you looking for a great place to spend the summer? Parents, are you looking to exile your unruly child? Well, come to Camp Zool. Camp Zool.
Down for life.
When we said underground, we meant down for life. When your guts spill profusely, I'm reborn in blood. When you bleed, there is a new me. I'm a nice guy, but the street
Dead.
of one thing I'm sure. After this, I'm gonna burn when I'm dead. When I'm dead, when I'm dead, when I'm dead.
Decomposing.
Morbid infatuation with your expiration. All from the smell of the bodies are rotting away. That there is no stopping them once they
Believe.
You're no good for me. And I know.
Blasphemous.
Baptized by the blasphemous. Wanted an abortion but couldn't afford one. The whore wants for some. Born with a forked tongue. Hard dark as Hitler with Napoleon's eyes. Abomination.
Skin.
Just show up, like where the fucking party at? Covered in blood, wearing nothing but a party hat. Blood on my hands, blood on my clothes, blood on my face, blood I suppose.
Coming soon.
Prepare yourself for the most horrifically disturbing record of our time. Forever Face. The audio picture everyone is
Forever Face.
Forever Face.
Because of what they hide.
No light at the end of the tunnel. When you dabble in the Black Hawks neighborhood, creeping suburban backyards where my rap starts thinking.
Pipe bomb.
But this gun is loaded with the cure, and I got enough to save a lot of motherfuckers. The sickness I'm seeing is breeding, conceding the fact we're all being led to the slaughter.
Lost Cause.
Slit my wrist like I'm swiping a debit. A lost cause in this life that never lived to regret it. Down with no sin, cast the first stone. Send a prayer up there.
Venomous.
Dead or alive, you're in the midst of the venomous five. In the dark parked in an old white van. Ghost of Gaglinski and me hard cold as ice, man. God told me I'm
Forgotten.
been condemned and inside I break. Please learn from my mistakes now. Walk with us, the damned through the land of the forgotten.
Into the Fire.
Skies darkened, I was playing my vacant home, this is the arson.
And Going to Hell.
I was consumed by my prior endeavor, now I am entombed in fire forever. Again, I'm not within, all I know is sin.
Now this is another lengthy listen, much like Psycho, and if you watched that review already, you know I had said that I have issues with listening to longer albums. I don't always have the free time to make it through a full rotation. This album is no different. I had some troubles with this one, and a lot of times now, even though I've like fully digested this album, I still have issues going. Like if I'm in the mood to listen to the Almighty, I can typically make it to about Dead or Decomposing, and then like my free time to be able to listen to music is gone. So I have a harder time being able to listen to this album as well. It tends to become what I refer to as a jumper album, a song jumper, because a lot of times I'm going and visiting the songs that I really like on this album. But if I've got the time, I will listen to it all the way through. This album is fucking dope. This was one of the first albums that I tried to go listen to. Again, if you guys are not familiar with the other reviews, if you haven't watched any of the other reviews, I had talked about how in the beginning nothing really clicked, and one of the albums that I checked out first was Necronomicon, and then obviously the Almighty, because it came out on MNE. But one of the things that I was guilty of doing was going and listening to the Axis Family, and while I like that song now, I honestly feel like that's one of their weaker songs on the album. And again, I like this album front to back, and that track is a dope ass track. But when you listen to the beginning of it, one of the things for me that made it hard for them to click for me is, like I said, at that time in 2018, I was listening to a lot more like strange music artists and getting kind of into that rap style. So, getting used to the way that Tech Nine flows and raps over beats and just the rhythm he uses. And not trying to say that Billy Obey doesn't have rhythm, but there's a very big comparison in the way that he flows and rhymes and has rhythm and the way that Tech Nine does, and I was really tuned to that, and it made it hard to get into Alla Xul Elu and have them ultimately click for me as kind of a result of that. So once I was finally able to make it through this album, absolutely think it's great. It is a dark fucking album, and I do remember one of the first times that I listened to it, I did like The Parish. It was just getting through Stained Glass and A.X.E Family. There wasn't that click, and so I would just kind of like, this isn't for me, and leave. Now, obviously, about this time last year, I became a big ass fucking fan of Low Key through the Cabal project that Buckshot put out. So when I started to go through his discography, I stumbled upon Demon Days, which has a track called Into the Fire. Obviously, it got re-released onto this album, featuring an extra verse from Lee Carver, and that song to me was fucking dope. That combined with checking out a lot of Super Famous Fun Time guys is ultimately what has led me here to being a Zooligan. So, that was definitely a standout track for me, was Into the Fire. But, every time I'd go try to listen to this album, I never made it far enough to get to that song. And I'm, listening to it, you can tell that it was Low Key that put this track out. The production and sound of this song compared to all the others on the album, totally like different feel and vibe to it. And that's ultimately why I left it out of my top 5 songs for this album, because I view it as a low-key track. It just basically got re-released here with an extra verse from Lee Carver. I view this song 100% as a low-key track, even still to this day. It is a dope fucking song. Absolutely fucking love this song. But obviously it would have been my favorite track, and I wanted to give more love to the rest of the album and not have that shine through, because I'm a big fucking mark for Low Key now. So my 5 standout tracks are The Parish, Dead, Skin, Lost Cause, and Going to Hell. Those are my top 5 tracks, and my favorite out of those 5, I'm gonna give my favorite track to The Parish. I think that song is a really fucking good song. It really starts the album off great. I love that track a lot. I take that back. I think I'm gonna give it to Dead, and I want to talk a little bit about that. I watched an interview with Faygo lovers, and they were talking about, it might have been there's 2 interviews I watched that you could tell were recorded around the same time, not long after Almighty came out. And in it, they had talked about this song Dead and how it essentially is the Dead one off of The Ringmaster. In that interview, they actually refer to the Dead one as Dead as well. But, obviously the one Ringmaster is the Dead one. When you listen to these songs, they're like basically the same song, but they're not the same song. Like I don't want people to hear me say that and be like, oh, they ripped off ICP. Obviously, Billy Obey's made it no secret that he's very much, inspired by ICP, by Twisted. He was a juggalo, and that's a lot of where his inspiration comes from. So it's only natural that a classic song like The Dead One, which is one of my favorite fucking ICP songs, would get like kind of like a rendition remade. But when you listen to the two songs, completely different vibes. You know what I mean? Totally different vibes. But I really like Dead a lot because it reminds me of The Dead One, and I think that was hilarious hearing that interview where they were like, basically, as they're like talking about the album, they're like, this essentially is The Dead One. You know what I mean? So like they even themselves were able to listen to it and be like, yo, this feels like that song. Like they were even to draw that conclusion, So I think that's kind of hilarious. But yeah, those are my standout tracks, and Dead is my favorite. This album is a fucking banger. There's only one song on here that I find myself skipping, and that one is Believe. I don't know. That song it's okay. Like it serves its purpose, but I do find myself skipping it. It feels kind of like a skit like deal. I feel like if I don't mention it and bring it up, people are gonna drop it in the comments. Yes, I do like Venomous. Yes, I like the setup for Venomous 5. And now that I do like Alla Xul Elu, I will, when they eventually drop it, if they still are, my understanding is it's still coming out, but it never has. But Venomous 5, if you don't know, is supposed to be a new group with Alla Xul Elu and Twisted. And I know people are probably going to be like, oh, they're trying to redo Dark Lotus. Remove that mindset from your mind completely. Again, don't look at the music. Don't see this right here and see the music. Listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? Venomous is a dope track, and I think the idea for Venomous 5 is super fucking dope. And I will definitely check it out. I had said when I did my review for the East Side Ninjas that regardless of whether Twisted's in a group or not, if there's artists that I like and fuck with that are in that group, I'll check it out, and if I like it, I'm gonna fucking buy it. And that's why I bought East Side Ninjas, because I still loved ABK and I still loved Blaze. So being a fan of Alla Xul Elu now, when Venomous 5 comes out, I will check it out. If I like it, I'm gonna buy it. And hate me if you want to. I don't give a fuck. I don't look at music. I listen to music. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I feel like if I don't, people are gonna be like, oh, he purposely didn't mention Venomous. It was a dope track. It honestly was. So yeah, I'm gonna slide this back into its case, stick it right back up here for you guys to admire their beautiful faces right there. And like I said, I will be doing a comparison video for this version as well as the slipcase version, and then I will do a customization as well if you would like to check those out. Definitely keep your eye out. I might upload all three at the same time. I might not. And usually when I upload videos at the same time, one never does as good as the other. So I don't know. I might drop this at midnight and then at 6 a.m. do maybe the comparison video, and then at noon we'll do the customization. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But yeah, there you guys go. That is my review for The Almighty. Tell me down below what it is you like about this album. A lot of Zooligans really fucking love this album. Like, this was their debut on M&E, and they came swinging hard. Like, they knew they had to fucking hit a home run, and they succeeded. It may have took me a while to see this home run or hear this home run. We're not seeing music, we're listening to music. But it is definitely a dope album. If you're still on the fence or whatever because of beef bullshit, again, listen to music. Don't look at it. Trust me. There's dope shit here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.